So happy to be chatting with my next guest because we got a fight to talk about. He's finally going to be back. Jan Blachowicz, the former UFC light heavyweight champion, going to be back in action against Carlos Ulberg, March 22nd in London. Jan, how are you, man?
I'm good, excited, finally, I've got the fight. Finally, I'll be back to the octagon. So I'm happy, excited, and yes, I'm ready to go. I miss that, I miss that feeling when I will start my preparation with thinking about the fight. And yes, finally something happened. My life was a little bit boring without this. I miss very much.
Obviously, we're very happy to see you back in action, like I mentioned off the top. Was this the right amount of time off, or were you hoping to get a fight sooner than this?
Yeah, but they don't give me the fight sooner. So that was when I hear that they come back to London in March. So that was perfect time for me. So my manager called to UFC and, okay, Jan want to fight over there, find something for him. And we've got the fight. I was ready to fight in the end of the year. I could fight like now. I could fight, So like 3 months ago, I say to UFC, okay, I'm ready to go. But they don't find, because, everybody, they have, like full. Everything was full, so they don't have a place for me. So then I hear that is, like 3 months ago, that was first, I sent message to UFC, I'm ready. I finished my physiotherapy, my shoulders are good. I can go and fight.
No, it's good. I just wanted to clarify that, just because I know people were wondering about the injury and everything. So yeah. wanted to make sure that was good. Were there any other opponents offered you, or was there any other opponents in the mix, or was it only Carlos? Because I was looking at the rankings, there aren't that many options, right?
No, we talk only about Pereira.
Oh, Pereira, yes, like of course. Yeah, you want to
give me the rematch. We talk about this, but we know that we're not gonna get it. So. When it was Oezdemir fight against Carlos, I knew that my next opponent will be winner of this fight. So I feel it, and I have right. They sent me contract with this, and I say, okay, it's good opponent, 7 wins in the row, so it's gonna be good to be someone who stop him and remind the world who is Jan Blachowicz, and remind about the legendary Polish power.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely. We're excited for it. Were the talks with Pereira about fighting Pereira? Did that ever get to the point where you thought it might happen, or was the UFC dismissive? Yeah.
No, we talk a little bit, but no chance.
Yeah. No chance.
I need to do something before.
No, the reason I asked you on is because it seems like for whatever reason they're not booking Magomed Ankalaev against him. So that's why I think we just saw Khalil Roundtree get the shot. It wouldn't have surprised me if the UFC did consider you, just because they don't want to see you do that fight with Ankalaev.
Everybody, I think, is curious why they don't do it. Mm-hmm. They start talking about theories, spy theories.
Right.
The Pereira is, they don't want to give it to Ankalaev because maybe they're afraid or something like this. I don't know. Yeah. We will see. I think that Ankalaev should get this fight, right now.
Yeah, I agree. If he was to fight Pereira next, who do you think would win that fight?
If Ankalaev will fight like his last fight with Rakic, he's gonna lose the fight. Okay. He need to do something more. He need to be like, I don't know, but he was like, he's a good fighter, but it's not enough for Pereira in this kind of style,
Right.
He need to change. He need to be like, more. He have to believe in that what he doing. I think he don't believe. He just want to win the fight, but don't take too much punches. He is very careful in this what he doing, and I think this kind of way fight with Pereira will not working.
Do you think he will fight that way against Pereira? Or do you think we'll see him, a better version of him, when he fights Pereira?
He said the same before Rakic, that we're gonna see like a new Ankalaev, but everybody see this fight was a very boring fight. I almost go to sleep.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
Maybe he will start saying same, and he will fight again like very boring style. So, but maybe this is his game plan. That when he step inside the cage with the Pereira, he will change everything. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's also a psychological game sometimes. So I don't know.
No. I agree. If you had to pick though, if they were fighting, would you pick Pereira right now, or do you think
right now Pereira? Like like 3 fights ago, I would pick Ankalaev. Now Pereira.
Okay, I like the honesty there. Let's talk about Carlos Ulberg. 11-1 record. He's looked very good in his last few fights. Stylistically, this just looks like a striker against a striker. But how are you looking at this one?
yeah, that's gonna be good matchup for fans for watch, But he's stand-up fighter, I am stand-up fighter, but if I'm gonna have to use my wrestling, I will go and do it. It's MMA. So, but I like fighting stand-up, so for sure, people are gonna see a lot of punches. Like you say, he's a very good fighter. Very you've got good left hand, good feet movement. So move. So yeah, I'm excited. 7 wins in the row, amazing. It's time to stop him. That's it.
I'm assuming this is a 3-round fight, or is it 5 rounds?
No, 3 rounds. On this moment, it's 3 rounds. Maybe they will change something, but for this moment, it's 3 rounds.
Don't you think, though, it should be 5 just for the sense that, like, if you win this fight, I think there's a good argument for you fighting for the title next, like you just mentioned.
I think if I win this fight in a good way, anyway, I will, start talking only about the title shot, nothing else. So, but, I think they give the main event to different, someone from England, and maybe, I don't know, but,
I think it'll be like, Leon Edwards, almost, I think.
Maybe Pimblet, I don't know.
Oh, good point, yeah.
I have a break, 1.5 years, maybe a little bit more. So that's why maybe I'm gonna be only co-main event. I don't know. Yet.
No, I would think you're going to be co-main event being a former champion, and it's just such a good fight on paper. I can't imagine they wouldn't have it high up on the card, especially since it's not a pay-per-view; it's a fight night card, right? So it's a little bit different than that. What did you think of? I don't know if you saw it. Did you watch Carlos's fight against Volkan Oezdemir, and if so, what did you think of his performance?
It was very good performance, very good fight. But also Oezdemir also had a couple moments, couple good moments. He showed me a couple good way what to do against Carlos. So this fight is very important for me. I have to watch it a couple more times. But you got almost 4 months to fight, so still a little bit more time for for the details. But for sure, this fight is something what I have to watch a couple more times.
Were you surprised he couldn't knock out Volkan Oezdemir in that fight?
You can knock out everybody. But he's a striker, good striker. So he got knockout punch power. He just most of the fight he got by KO or TKO. Yeah? So I have to be careful. My hands have to be here all the time.
Yeah, well said. Training camp, anything different for this camp, or is it just the usual training partners? Who are you getting to work with for this camp?
He's a striker, so I need to find good strikers. So, but in Poland you got a lot of good strikers, so I don't worry about that part. Maybe I will go somewhere for the do some short camp somewhere. I don't want to tell you right now. I will tell you later, maybe.
Yeah, keep it a secret. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, now it's a secret. So, but I will do like always. I need to change something because 42 almost. So I need to train in a little bit different way. But we're gonna do similar things. I have to focus about, I know how to beat people. I know how to fight. I have to focus about the most. I don't want to be tired in the fight. So I have to focus about the cardio, I have got everything. I've got knockout punch power. I've got good striking. I've got good wrestling. I've got good jiu-jitsu game. I need to focus about the cardio because last time with Pereira, my breath was very heavy. I don't want to do this mistake anymore. So this is the main point in my preparation, cardio.
How's your weight right now? Just because you have been off for a year, I know you eat fairly healthy, but is it going to be much of a tough weight cut for this one?
I hope so not. We will be close to the fight.
Is your weight good now? Do you know
Christmas time is coming.
Right. No, for sure. I know. But the good news
now
is, like you said, you can enjoy it a bit.
I don't know how many pounds.
Yeah.
105 kilo. It's gonna be like 230.
Okay.
Something like this. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
I like the honesty. What about your corner? Who will be in the cage with you for the fight? Do you know that yet or no?
Yeah, similar like with Pereira. Similar guys. Yeah.
Okay. And when are you getting over there? And how long's the travel time for people who might not know?
UK, it's close. It's like 2 hours flight by plane, and
that's perfect.
1 hour different. That's why I want to fight over there. No jet lag. Very short flight.
Yeah.
So after this long break, it's gonna be good for me.
How do you see the fight playing out? It's a 3-round fight. Carlos is tough to take out. You're a tough guy as well.
I would like to win before time. To to show people, remind people the legendary Polish power, and have good card to to call Pereira after the fight. But now I'm focused only about Carlos.
Well,
but I want to finish fight before time.
Well, I was going to say,
no more decisions, no more weird decision.
Yeah.
Just prove that I'm still good fighter that still got the legendary Polish power.
Well, I was going to ask you, are you a little bit worried in a sense that like you almost need to get the finish because there's that other fight between Jamahal Hill and Jiri. If Jamahal wins that, then Jamahal might have a case to get another crack at Pereira just because.
Come on, Pereira knocked him, both of them, Prochazka was knocked out two times. Hill was knocked out by, in the first round, like this. No way.
You're not worried about the winner of that fight potentially, even if
I
you
don't
win
care
your fight,
about them. They need to do something more, Okay. I deserve like nobody to take a rematch against Pereira.
Okay. No.
If they book if something happened, they book a fight against with Ankalaev, and Ankalaev won. Of course, I've got good story with Ankalaev.
Right.
We've got draft, so also we have to prove something to the world.
Yeah.
Who is better?
Yeah. No, it's a good spot to be in where you're in. I just mentioned that fight though, Jamahal Hill and Jiri. How do you think that fight plays out?
Seriously, I don't know. I don't know. I think 50-50 for me in that moment,
Okay. Would you give, I think Jamahal is the favorite. Do you think that's correct, or should Jiri be the favorite if you were to do the betting odds?
I think, Jamahal Hill little bit better maybe on paper.
Okay, that's fair. Speaking of Jamahal Hill, got to bring up this quote. It's not that easy in real life, isn't it? Why didn't you pick up the gloves? I saw you commented on the Jamahal Hill and Alex Pereira scuffle. Just maybe expand on that a little bit. What weren't you impressed about that Jamahal didn't pick up the gloves and fight him? Like, what would you have done in that situation?
If the situation between them, what they say what Jamahal Hill say to Pereira, he should take up the gloves and fight in this cage. in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
If I will be in the same situation between, I don't have bad blood against Pereira. Okay, we've got our story, but we don't have bad blood.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have like this, like they've got. If he will throw gloves on me, my honor will not. How can I look to the mirror after something like this? I will not. I have to pick these gloves and go there.
Well, yeah, and I think Jamahal said he didn't pick up the gloves and didn't fight him because he's got the fight with Jiri. Do you think that's a valid excuse?
So I will not go there and don't talk with Pereira. I will, just go in my way.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
And do this talk after the fight. No excuse for me.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this as well. Jamal's obviously getting a lot of hate because of, some of the comments he's made about the Pereira fight, like losing. And then also just, I know the fans from Pereira have been pretty ruthless with him as well. Do you think that will impact him in the fight at all? Do you think, dealing with fans like that and all that, do you think that can affect a fighter?
It depends about the fighter, how he, I know how to transform the hates to power,
Yeah.
They not block me. They give me the power, the energy. I don't know what Jamahal can do this or not. I don't know. It depends. Sometimes maybe that it's gonna help him because he will prove the world. And sometimes maybe that's gonna block him. I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends.
Just a couple more fights.
How strong mentally you are, and how can you use this kind of shit?
Yes, for sure. We talked about obviously this fight being really important for you, and obviously, again, you're former champion. You've had the closest fight with Pereira at light heavyweight to date, so that's got to hold some weight as well. I know you think that with a win here, you could get a title shot. Does the UFC mention anything to you like, hey, if you win this, we're kind of looking at you?
No, we don't talk about this, but if I'm gonna win the fight, and I believe that I'm gonna do it, it's only one option for me, just title shot,
With that said, obviously fighters aren't allowed to bet on anything, but if you were a betting man, would you say that Ankalaev fights Pereira next, or do you think the UFC will once again give Pereira a different opponent?
I hope. No, Ankalaev did
that. You didn't answer the question. Yeah, you have to say, not I hope. Do you think it happens, though?
Yeah, I think so. They will fight again.
There we go. Okay. Because I think everyone at this point just wants to see the fight, to see what happens, right? Because I think it is an interesting style compared to, because if you look at Pereira, who he's fought.
He just deserves for this, so many wins, only one draft.
Yeah.
So he just deserves,
Yeah, and I think outside of your fight, because I would say you're not just a striker, Jan. You're obviously very well rounded. But if you look at who Pereira's fought at light heavyweight, it's mainly just been strikers, right? So I think people want to see a little bit more variety there, which should be interesting. So you've alluded to it a couple times, and you and I are close to the same age. But how much? Like you mentioned the age, and you don't have a ton of time left. How do you feel physically? Like, do you feel like you could fight for another 5 years, or where are you at with the injuries, the layoff, all that? Like, how much longer? Do you? I guess what I'm asking, you don't know. You got to see in this fight, then I guess.
No, I don't know that's gonna be 5 years or just 3 or maybe 2. I don't know. Now I feel good after the surgery. My shoulders are good. I start doing this what I done before. I don't feel pain. So now I'm healthy, but I feel my age. I don't have this kind of recovery like 5 years ago.
Right.
So I need to change a little bit in my preparations. I do it and I feel good. I train with younger guys, and they still. They need to, learn a little bit more to beat me, to catch me on something. So yes, now I feel good. I think that still got a couple fights to do.
Okay. Yeah.
And for me, the more important thing that I still love to do it. I don't have to do it. I can quit right now, and I've got some, lot of things to do in my life. I don't have to do it, but I want to do it because I love.
You want the challenge of it, and I think people do want to see the rematch with Pereira because you gave him such a close fight in you guys' first time fighting. Because I've heard people say like with the layoff and the injury because you missed the year that this might be one of your last fights, but I never got that sense from you. You always felt like you had a little bit more left in your career to give, right? Like you probably wouldn't say this would be your last fight, right?
It's not the end of the story, I've got still a couple,
There we go.
couple fights to do.
Just checking that. Speaking of being at the end of the road, John Jones, what did you make of his win over Stipe? What did you think of that?
Yeah, great to win. But I'm waiting Jones against Aspinall, I want to see this fight.
Yeah.
I hope so. He will not, escape. And he will not, do everything to don't fight against Aspinall.
Do you think it happens? Because there's some people who feel like that's it for Jones. He might not come back.
We will see. When we're talking about Jones, you never know what's going to happen,
Yeah. Do you think he can defeat Aspinall? Like, there's some people that feel that Aspinall would have Jones's number because he's been more active, but then there's other people looking at what Jones has done and said, hey, he probably beats Tom. Where do you stand on that if they were to fight?
Aspinall. For me, Aspinall in this fight.
Okay. How do you think he'd beat him?
TKO.
Yeah. I do wonder with John, like the one thing we haven't really seen him do at heavyweight, and it's not his fault because he finished Gone real quick, and Stipe I don't think has the power he used to. We haven't really seen John get hit at heavyweight, right? Like really hard, like by like a true heavyweight.
Everybody see the fight with Cyril, it was, he just don't think.
Cyril, I don't even think got a punch in, right? It was just it was quick. It happened so quickly. So
it was too fast, and with Stipe, I don't know. After Stipe come back after a lose, and also very long break, so. Everybody see how he looks in this fight. So I'm still waiting for a very good opponent in heavyweight. With all respect to this two fighters, but Aspinall is the best matchup for John Jones.
I agree. We all want to see it. What did you think? I mentioned Cyril Gane. Did you see his fight last weekend with Alexander Volkov, or did you miss it?
No, I don't watch it, don't see it. Okay. But I hear it was very good fight with controversy. Yeah, some controversies. So, but I need to watch it.
Okay. My last question has nothing to do with fighting. What do you got planned for the holidays? You and the family?
Yeah, I'm going to my hometown to spend the time with my family. My hometown is very close to the mountains, so for sure I will go to the mountains. Because we talk about the cardio, mountain is the best place to take cardio. So time with family between the holidays. Mountains.
You don't do any like skiing or anything during camp, right?
No, just climbing.
Yeah, that makes sense. And does your son
I'm afraid, to break ankles or knees, something like this.
No, you got to be careful. Yeah, I completely agree. Does your son enjoy going up there as well? Like, will you guys go as a family?
Yeah,
like up to the mountain? Okay.
He like mountains very much, but he's too small to take him to the big mountains, so we go only to the small part. But now I've got one big mountains. Yeah. So he will stay with his grandma.
Yes.
2 days.
Yeah, Dad will go climb mountains, right? So
and I go to mountains.
Okay, my last question. You know where I'm going with this? We do this every interview. What's your sleep score from last night on your watch?
I've got a new model. 8.
You got a new one. Oh, you did? Which watch do you have now?
Phoenix 8.
Oh, you got the Fenix 8. I still have my Epix too. It's got the brighter screen though, which I like. See, my screen on here is real. Here, let me.
Mine also got this better one.
It's got the OLED. Oh, you got the same screen as me. Oh, perfect. Okay. So
and I can talk with the. I can use.
Like an intercom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does yours still have the solar power charging?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
84 last night. 84.
Yeah. 84. Okay. I did not do so well. 60. I had a late
60.
night with my kids. We had a Christmas concert, all this. So you're doing better than me in a lot of different ways. So that's great. Jan, thanks for doing this. I know you want to spend the rest of your Friday evening. If there's anyone you'd like to thank, any sponsors or social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I just want to say people, they just wait for my return, and I hope so. They will be excited, and they will remind. I want to remind them the legendary Polish power. That's it.